Yo, what's up, guys? This is Bryant the Theological Giant with another city block. I'm here today to talk about what is a worldview. What exactly is a worldview? A worldview is essentially a lens for how we see the world. People need to organize the world around us. We essentially look for meaning that is in the world. And so we have worldviews that help us to interpret reality. So what are some typical examples of worldviews? Well, religion is one, right? People have different religions, whether it's Christianity, Islam, various religions. I can name a ton of them. People also have ideologies, right? Whether it's Marxism or different philosophical understandings, like maybe a hedonistic worldview. You live for your own pleasure. Essentially, people kind of have a motto for life, right? And they kind of center their entire life around a particular idea, belief system that drives them. As Christians, we emphasize the need for a Christian worldview. Why? What is a Christian worldview? A Christian worldview is essentially God's interpretation of the world and God revealing his interpretation of the world to us through the scriptures. See, because there are different ways to view. Let's give an example. How can we view sex? And a worldview that's essentially hedonistic will say use sex ultimately for your pleasure, right? But again, a Christian worldview of sex is that ultimately it exists along with every other thing in the world to glorify God, right? It does exist for our pleasure, but it also exists for God to get the glory through the intimate union of a man and a woman in a covenant that we call marriage. And so I bring that one example to the forefront to say that whatever your worldview is, it shapes how you would interpret sex. So whether you realize it or not, everyone is looking through a particular lens to understand the world. And so the question is your lens an accurate reflection of reality, or is it based on what scriptures talk about human wisdom, right? And so I would say to all of us to make sure that your lens, your way of understanding the world comes from God's own revelation, comes from his speaking to humanity through the scriptures. All right, guys, this has been another City Block with your boy, Bryant the Theological Giant. See you in the next one.